Today on Cooking with Lauren K at Home, we're going to learn how to make some homemade pizza dough. You can use it for Stromboli like I'm going to use tonight. Breadsticks, pizza, anything that you'd like. It's going to be awesome, start to finish, and this particular recipe makes enough to make 3 dinners worth. Here's how. My whole wheat pizza dough recipe is going to start out with 2.5 cups of warm water. You want it to be about the temperature of your shower. We're going to add to that 2 tablespoons of regular white sugar and about 7 teaspoons or 3 packages worth of yeast. You want your water to be nice and warm so that your yeast dissolves. If you have a mini whisk, give that a use and give that a stir. I love the mini whisk, but you can use a regular whisk for that as well. Make sure that you get all of your yeast combined and whisked into that water to dissolve it. And then you will let that sit until it is nice and foamy once you get it all whisked in for about 5 minutes. Once your yeast looks foamy like this, it is ready to use. While your yeast is proofing, I'm going to mix together 3 cups of whole wheat flour and 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm going to save the remaining 1 cup of all-purpose flour for kneading in with the mixer. You can use all whole wheat, you can use all-purpose flour if you want to. Whatever you have on hand and whatever mix you prefer will work out great. Yeast mixture into the bottom of your KitchenAid stand mixer. You can do this all by hand in a big bowl if you want to as well. To that, we are going to be adding 3 tablespoons of olive oil. You can use regular vegetable oil if that's what you have on hand. And then to that, we will also add 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Give that a mix. Once you get your liquid ingredients all mixed together, we're going to add a little bit of our flour, about 1 cup at a time, into our mixer. I like to add a little bit of a time and get that all well worked in. Once you reach this point in the mixing process, it is time to switch to the dough hook for the kneading process. I like to add about 1/2 cup or so of flour. This will help work into the dough and prevent sticking on the side of the bowl. Put your dough hook down, and this is going to start your kneading process. You're going to knead for 5 to 8 minutes and add flour about 1/4 cup at a time. You do not need any more flour if you notice that the dough is in one big ball and it doesn't stick to the sides of the bowl anymore. Once your dough has kneaded for 5 to 8 minutes, and in case you have to do that by hand, what you can do is take your hand and press with the heel of your hand, turn your dough 90 degrees, and then press it again with the heel of your hand. Turn it 90 degrees, press with the heel of your hand. So what I like to do is I like to get my dough into a nice ball like this, put it back into the mixing bowl, greased, cover that with plastic wrap, and let that sit in there. It'll significantly rise. It may not quite double in size, but once it rises for about 30 minutes, your pizza dough, Stromboli dough, your breadstick dough, whatever you choose to use it for, is ready to use. And this particular portion is going to make 3 pounds of dough, so you can use it for 3 different dinners. So as you can see here, the finished dough will make you 3 individual pounds of pizza dough. I'm using these 3 for Stromboli tonight, and I'm going to save this one for a pizza for another night next week. Make sure that you put it in a freezer gallon bag or a quart-size bag. I have a quart-size bag right here. And make sure that you put a label with the month and the year. These last about 2 months in the freezer. So here is one of these Strombolis that I made with one of our doughs. You can see the inside. We got some chicken and sausage and pepperoni and cheese. Looks awesome.